Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for Thursday Night Football, week number 4, between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday, September 30th, 2021. My name is Steve, and we're going to have 3 picks here for you that I think are great value bets for Thursday Night Football. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 650 subscribers here by the end of the week. We were able to hit our goal last week of 575, so appreciate all of you. We have a couple special announcements. So we have Monday Night Football live stream coming up again this Monday starting at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be for the game between the Raiders and the Chargers. We'll have a watch party and game audio going on there. And also look for our videos coming out for the NFL and also college football and Major League Baseball. If you're interested in betting that, we'll have videos out for that as well. And without further ado, let's go over our comment capper section from the last 2 episodes. So, obviously, Sunday night, this will be for Sunday night and Monday Night Football. So, we had KJ Philly, 5-teamer, making a lot of great call-outs. He had over 31.5 rushing yards on Tony Pollard there on Monday night. Cashed that one. Had over 28 receiving yards on Quez Watkins. Cashed that one as well. And we had... also on Sunday Night Football for KJ, we had Alan Lazard over 22 receiving yards on Sunday Night Football. Cashed that one as well. So we went 3-1 on his pick, so he did very well there. We had Gloria K calling the over in both games, over 51.5 points in Eagles-Cowboys. Cashed that one. We had 62 in that game. And she also called over 49 in Packers-49ers. We had 58 in that. So great cashes there. And then for the Magic Man, we had under 24.5 points in the first half of the 49ers-Packers game. Cashed that one as well. So well done to our comment cappers. As far as our results on stream, they were not as good. We went 1-7 on our picks. It was not a good 2-day stretch for us at all. We had the 49ers starting with Sunday Night Football. We had the 49ers -3. You guys all saw that game ended. Packers kicked the game-winning field goal. 49ers really were playing from behind most of the game. We had George Kittle, anytime touchdown, plus 130. Had a lot of opportunities in the middle of the field as far as catches, receptions. Just didn't really get many looks in the red zone. We had Deebo Samuel, over 5.5 rushing yards. We said, hey, if he got a couple different rushing attempts, he should be able to cash us against the poor running defense. That didn't happen. He got 2 carries for 0 yards. He got the carries, just not the yards. And then we had Aaron Jones, over 26.5 receiving yards. Thought Aaron Rodgers might rely more on him in the passing game, and that just didn't come to fruition. So 0-4 that night. On Monday Night Football, went 1-3. Not a lot better there. We had the Eagles +3, and their defense really crapped the bed. Cowboys just ran over them all night, and that kind of ruined a lot of our passing props as well. We had over 77.5 receiving yards on CD Lamb. Started the game out well with a 45-yard catch, and it just... didn't get a lot of looks the rest of the game. And then we had over 39.5 receiving yards on Jalen Reagor. We were able to cash this one, which was good. Which that one felt good. And cashed that one near the end of the game. And then the one that hurt me the most of the 2 guys was Dallas Goedert. Anytime touchdown. Because this would have been nice to hit, obviously. It would have given us a winning night still. And, we talked about the middle of the field weaknesses of the Cowboys. And they weren't good on defense as far as the middle of the field goes. Tight ends had a big night. Between Ertz and Goddard, over 100 yards receiving, 119 yards receiving for the tight ends. But Ertz was the one who caught the touchdown. So what can you do? We move on from that, though, guys. We're going to get after it today. We're going to get into our picks. Let's get that 3-0 today. So getting right into our picks. At number 1, we have a same-game parlay selection here for you today. We got the under 51.5 points. And the Jaguars covering a plus 10.5 spread here at plus 134 odds. So I don't see Cincinnati as a team that is capable of covering some of these big spreads. They have a lot of talent. They're young. They're spry. But when expectations are on them, I don't trust them. And I think the Jags are more than capable of covering this, especially after the way they played last week against Arizona. There were definitely signs of life there. And at the end of the day, the Jags are going to, I think, continue to get better week in, week out under Urban Meyer. I trust him as a coach. He's a championship coach. You guys know his credentials. Ohio State, Florida. I know this is the NFL, but he's still a championship coach. And his players respect him, and they're going to play hard for him. So this game will be closer than people think. I still think the Bengals win, but the game will be close. We also have some injury problems here for Cincinnati as well. Wuze, one of their starting corners, is going to be out along with Bates, their safety in the secondary, so they have secondary problems there. And then Riley Reef and T. Higgins also not looking great to play as of right now when I'm talking to you. Of course, that could change. And, last week, as far as for the Jags, they played much better against Arizona. They really had the lead. They were in the second half and were playing pretty good till Lawrence threw that pick six. Obviously, it kind of changed the game and really made things difficult, obviously. But they have been playing better. And as far as for the Jags, no real injury concerns coming in. Nothing big going on the injury front for them. And then as far as the under goes, so both these offenses don't really scare me to put up a lot of points. To go above 50, you're asking a lot of both the Bengals and the Jags. The under 51.5 is hit in 5 out of the 6 games between these two teams. So, once again, not expecting a lot of points. We saw the Bears, Bengals 34. We saw the 37. We saw the Bengals, Steelers 34. I don't know if it would be quite that low, but it's not going to get over 50. So take it right there for your number 1 pick. Same game parlay selection. We got the alternate under 51.5 points. Jaguars plus 10.5 spread at plus 134 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going to roll with Jamar Chase over 65.5 receiving yards at minus 114 odds. So obviously you guys know Jamar Chase has gotten off to a really hot start this season. 220 yards, 4 touchdowns so far in 3 games. He's been really rolling, averaging 73.3 receiving yards per game so far. So that's 8 above. His average is 8 above this line, obviously. So far on his receiving yards props, Jamar Chase has cashed all 3. So he's hit the over on all his receiving yards props so far this season. I expect it to be 4 for 4 after this. He's going up against the 27th ranked pass defense, giving up 311.7 passing yards allowed per game. And also the other point I really loved about this is, I don't love it as far as I feel bad for T. Higgins. But right now T. Higgins coming in hobbled, not healthy, may not play. So Jamar Chase is definitely going to be, I think, featured a little bit more in this game. Especially if Higgins can't play. So I really love the over here, guys. Take it there for your number 2 pick. Jamar Chase over 65.5 receiving yards for the Bengals at minus 114 odds. Okay, and finally at number 3, we're going to roll with James Robinson over 76.5 rushing and receiving yards here at minus 114 odds. So really, I like what I see so far this year from James Robinson. It's just a question of, are the Jags going to hand him the football? Right now, James Robinson on the year, 5.2 yards per carry. His carries have gone up with each game. So he started with 5 carries in week 1, 11 in week 2, and 15 last week in week 3. So I look for him to be more involved here. I think he is really the key for them on offense. You gotta give Trevor Lawrence some help in the running game. A rookie needs a good running game. We talk about that a lot. So it'll be important for him to be involved in this game. Like I said, he really good last game. Had 88 yards rushing, had over 40 yards receiving. He's a good, great receiver out of the backfield as well. He's got 12 catches, 92 yards on the season so far in 3 games. He's averaging over 30 receiving yards per game. So that's why I like the value of throwing in the receiving yards here, especially given what happened last week with the Bengals. Bengals gave up 14 catches, over 100 yards to Najee Harris, the running back for the Steelers. So running backs have had a lot of success in the receiving department against Cincinnati so far this year. Bengals have given up 180 receiving yards to running backs so far this year. So, you can either look at this one of 2 ways. You can definitely take the receiving prop on Robinson too. But I also love him. I love him to get rushing yards here too. He's been very consistent. He's averaged over 4 in every game that he's played. So if they just give him the football, things are going to be good for James Robinson here. And the Bengals' run defense is definitely solid. I'm not saying they're not. They're definitely a solid run defense. But James Robinson's also played against an elite run defense already in the Denver Broncos. He's played against an elite, a mid, and a bad. He's played against the 2nd, I believe the 15th, and about the 30th run defense. So he's seen all 3, and he did fine against the Broncos even. He still averaged over 4 a carry. So I still love that as well. And like we said with the receiving yards, he's a good receiver. And so far this year, the Bengals have definitely given it up receiving yards to running backs. So I like therefore number 3 selection, James Robinson over 76.5 rushing and receiving yards at minus 114 odds. Okay, and that's going to do it for our official picks here, guys. I did have a few things I did just want to say as far as anytime touchdown value in this game. So I didn't see a lot of value when I was scouring through anytime touchdown scores. We had Jamar Chase at minus 125, T. Higgins plus 110. Those don't get me excited. You know, I know there's a good chance they could happen. I just don't love that for receiving touchdowns. I want to see in the plus 150 and above range. So there were a couple I liked. For recommendations, I can recommend these to you. They're not official picks, so keep that in mind. I want to give you guys the winners, and the 3 I gave you as far as official picks, I really like those. I'm very confident in these. Anytime you have an anytime touchdown, it could be a little bit of a dart throw. But I think if you're going to take a shot, I think DJ Shark at plus 240 odds look like the best value to me. I have about a 45 to 50% feel, honestly, that he's going to catch a touchdown in this game. He's caught a touchdown in 2 out of the 3 first games, 2 out of the 3 games so far. We got injuries in the Bengals secondary. We got 2 injuries in the Bengals secondary with Awuzie and Bates, both looking like they're going to be out. And as far as, you know, as his quarterback, Trevor Lawrence has improved week to week. Last week, you know, he completed about 65% of his passes, which was a high for him, which is great. So I want to attack the weakness here, and I think the weakness could be in the Bengals secondary this week, especially with the injuries. So DJ Shark definitely provides that value. So, you know, that's my recommendation. And also you could look at Marvin Jones as well, same type of idea. I like Shark just a little bit more. But anyway, those are my recommendations. Other than that, guys, that's going to do it for my picks. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Other than that, it's going to do it for me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Until next time, peace out.